Welcome to Click to Client, the podcast for business owners, marketers, and entrepreneurs who want to attract better leads, convert more sales, and build scalable marketing systems. Hosted by the team at Mouthpiece Interactive, we cover everything from lead generation and sales funnels to automation tools, email marketing, content strategy, and growth hacks, all designed to help you turn traffic into paying clients with less time, money, and effort. Learn how to optimize your digital marketing, CRM, and conversion workflows. Let's get started with your hosts, Maddie and Rex.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into something really fascinating, the world of psychological triggers and cognitive biases. But specifically for marketers, so this isn't about, buyer beware.
No, not at all.
It's about understanding human nature, really, so you can ethically connect with your audience, get those leads, and, drive conversions.
Exactly. And the insights we're drawing on today, they come from, decades of research in persuasion science. We're talking practical, actionable strategies here.
Right.
These aren't just theories, They're like deeply ingrained human tendencies. They guide us every day.
So our mission today is pretty clear. Unpack these tools, help you, the marketer, understand how people actually make decisions.
And crucially, how you can guide them better towards your selections, ethically, of course.
Absolutely. Get ready for maybe a few aha moments that could really shift how you see your marketing efforts. Okay, let's unpack this then. Our first set of insights, you said, comes from decades of research into influence.
That's right. We could start with, say, 6 pretty universal principles. They guide human behavior, almost like mental shortcuts.
Shortcuts, I like that. We all need those in today's world, right? Information overload.
Definitely. So understanding these is, fundamental for marketers.
Okay, first one up.
Let's start with reciprocity.
Reciprocity. Okay, so this is basically that people feel kind of obliged to give back what they've received first, like an unspoken rule.
Exactly. It's surprisingly powerful, even for small things. Take the classic restaurant mint study. Are you familiar with that one?
Vaguely, yeah. Remind me.
Okay, so giving a single mint with the bill. Tips went up, but only by about 3%.
Okay, modest.
Right, 2 mints. Now tips jump 14%.
Better.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The waiter gives 1 mint, starts to walk away, pauses, and turns back and says, you know what, for you nice people, here's an extra mint.
Making it personal.
Personal and unexpected. Tips shot up 23%.
Wow. Okay.
So for marketers, the key is be the first to give something valuable. And if you can make it feel personalized and unexpected, even better. Think really useful content, maybe a small bonus, something thoughtful.
So it positions you as helpful right from the get-go. The aha is genuine, personalized giving gets remembered.
And often repaid, yes.
Okay, what's next?
Scarcity.
Scarcity. The desire for less. People want more of the things they can have less of.
This one always feels a bit backwards to me. Why does less availability make something more attractive?
Well, it taps into our fear of missing out, our FOMO. FOMO.
Right.
Think about British Airways and the Concorde. Back in 2003, they announced the London-New York route, which was popular, was ending.
Because it wasn't profitable, right?
Right. But the instant they announced it was stopping, sales went through the roof.
Even though the service hadn't changed at all.
Nothing changed. It just suddenly became scarce. So for marketers, it's really crucial to point out what's unique about your offer, yes, but also what people stand to lose if they don't act. So it's not just the gain, it's the potential loss. That's powerful.
Very.
Okay, next up, authority. We tend to follow credible experts.
We're wired for it.
But how do you signal that without, sounding arrogant?
That's the trick, isn't it? It's often subtle. Think about a physio's office with diplomas on the wall.
Right. Instant credibility signal.
Or why we often give more weight to someone in a uniform.
Yeah.
For marketers, you need to signal your expertise, but maybe indirectly.
Any apples.
Yeah, there's a great one with a real estate agency. They had the receptionists, when booking calls, mention the relevant colleague's experience. You'll be speaking with Sarah. She has over 15 years in property sales.
So someone else is highlighting the expertise.
Exactly. Appointments went up 20% and signed contracts increased 15%. The agent wasn't bragging. Someone else was doing it for them.
Okay, so the takeaway is clear. Get others to subtly signal your expertise. It lands better.
Precisely.
All right, let's move to consistency. We like to act in ways that are consistent with past actions or statements.
Yes, we have this internal drive to appear and feel coherent.
Seems like another subtle one. How can marketers use this ethically?
It often starts with asking for small initial commitments. Remember that study with the drive safely signs?
The billboard one. Yeah.
Homeowners who first agreed to put a tiny postcard in their window were later 400% more likely to agree to putting up a huge, ugly billboard.
Wow, 400%, just from the small yes first.
That small, voluntary public step made them see themselves as safety-conscious citizens, making the bigger requests seem consistent. So for marketers, look for small, easy yeses first. Voluntary, active, public if possible. Even getting something in writing helps.
Like writing down your own appointment?
Exactly. That study showed patients writing their own appointment details reduced missed appointments by 18%. That simple act of writing created a commitment.
Got it. Small, voluntary steps pave the way for bigger ones. Tap into that need for self-alignment.
Nailed it.
Okay, next. Liking. This feels obvious we say yes to people we like. But what makes us like someone, especially in a marketing context?
Well, persuasion science points to three main things. We like people who are similar to us, people who pay us genuine compliments, and people we cooperate with towards shared goals.
Similar, compliments, cooperation.
Okay. There was this MBA negotiation study, really revealing when groups took a few minutes just to share some personal info, find similarities before negotiating.
What happened?
They reached agreements 90% of the time. And the deals were actually 18% more valuable for both sides.
And if they just jumped straight into business?
Only 55% reached an agreement. Big difference.
Huge. So for marketers, the lesson is find common ground, offer real compliments before the pitch.
Absolutely. Build that rapport first. It makes your audience much more open.
Makes sense. Okay, last of these foundational ones, consensus.
Or social proof. When we're unsure what to do, we look at what others are doing.
It's that herd mentality, right? If they're all doing it.
Sort of, yeah. But it's powerful. Think about the hotel towel reuse studies.
Ah, yes, the signs in the bathroom.
Exactly. Just putting a sign saying 75% of our guests reuse their towels. Pretty generic, increased reuse by 26%.
Okay, that's decent.
But get this. Changing the sign to 75% of guests who have stayed in this room reused their towel.
Making it more specific, more similar to me.
Precisely. Reuse jumped by 33%. It's not just other people, it's people like me.
Wow.
So for marketers, showing social proof testimonials, case studies, highlighting popular choices is incredibly effective. It tells people, hey, people just like you are already doing this. It overcomes that "is this for me" objection.
Right. Demonstrate that people like us are on board. Powerful stuff.
Okay, so we've covered those core principles. Now let's build on that and dive into some more specific cognitive biases. These are the little quirks in how our brains process things.
Yeah, the nuances that marketers can really leverage, ethically, of course, to optimize things like their funnels.
Let's kick off with the halo effect.
First impressions matter.
A lot. That's essentially it. Your brand's very first interaction with someone heavily colors all future interactions. A good first impression doesn't just feel nice.
It actually protects you a bit. Buffers against later hiccups.
Exactly, and builds loyalty. So for marketers, you need to obsess over those initial touch points. Website, onboarding, first email, put your absolute best foot forward. It sets the tone for everything.
Makes total sense. What else?
Well, related to memory are the serial position and recency effects.
Okay, serial position is remembering the first and last things best.
Yep. And recency effect is giving more weight to the most recent information you received.
Ah, okay. That explains why marketers are so focused on the whole customer journey, right? Nailing that first message and that final call to action.
Absolutely. And increasing the frequency of your messages showing up more often naturally leverages that recency effect. Keeps you top of mind.
And that ties into the mere exposure effect too, doesn't it?
It does, seamlessly. The more someone sees something, the more familiar it becomes. And familiarity breeds liking and trust.
So by showing up more often, increasing frequency, you're hitting both recency and mere exposure, building trust just by being present.
Right. And it doesn't always have to be brand new content either. Resharing good stuff, recycling evergreen material, that works too. You're building that familiarity.
Killing two birds with one stone. Nice. Okay, what about loss aversion? FOMO.
Ah, yes, the fear of missing out. People genuinely dislike losing something, often more than they enjoy gaining something of equal value.
It's a really powerful motivator.
Definitely. Marketers use scarcity and urgency, real deadlines, limited stock to trigger this. It prompts immediate action because, let's face it, if people can put off a decision.
They probably will, and later often becomes never.
Exactly.
Okay, how about guiding choices? You mentioned the compromise effect and anchoring.
Right. The compromise effect is our tendency to choose the middle option when we're given a few choices. Not too cheap, not too expensive, just right.
Goldilocks syndrome.
Kind of. And anchoring is where the first piece of information we see, often a price, sets a benchmark in our mind for everything that follows.
So practical application for pricing. Offer maybe 3 tiers. Basic, standard, premium.
That's a classic approach. Position the option you really want them to choose. Usually the middle one is the standard.
And maybe show the premium price first. To anchor high.
Exactly. That high anchor makes the middle option look like a much better deal in comparison.
Clever. But you have to be careful not to offer too many choices, right? Choice overload.
Absolutely critical. Give people too many options and they often freeze. They're less likely to choose anything. And if they do choose, they might feel less satisfied, wondering if they picked the best one.
Like the jam study. Fewer options led to more sales.
Precisely. More choice isn't always better. Your job as a marketer is often to simplify, guide people clearly, remove confusion, don't paralyze them with options.
Okay, guide, don't overwhelm.
Yeah.
Got it. How about the framing effect?
This is all about how you present information. The way you frame something can completely change how attractive it seems, even if the underlying facts are identical.
Like the medical example. 80% chance of recovery sounds way better than 20% chance of death.
Exactly the same outcome, totally different feeling. So for marketers, frame the problem your solution solves in a way that resonates with their pain. Yes, but frame the solution in terms of positive outcomes, success, possibility.
Tell the story in the most appealing way.
Okay.
Now, the IKEA effect. This one's intriguing.
It is. It's the idea that we place more value on things we've had a hand in creating or building ourselves. Yeah. That effort increases our sense of ownership and attachment.
So how do marketers use that? We're not selling flat pack furniture usually.
No, but you can incorporate elements of participation, ask for feedback, run polls or surveys, involve clients in customizing their solution, make them feel like they're co-creating it with you.
Ah, fostering engagement makes them value the end result more. I like that.
Then there's the Pygmalion effect, high expectations leading to better performance.
So basically, treat your customers well, expect the best from them, and they're more likely to live up to it.
Pretty much. Treating clients as smart, capable, respectable people isn't just nice. It actually encourages positive interactions and better outcomes for everyone involved. It's good business.
Common sense, but backed by psychology. Okay, confirmation bias.
Ah, this is a big one. We tend to seek out, interpret, and remember information that confirms what we already believe. We filter things through our existing identity and worldview.
So for marketers, this means you really need to understand your audience's beliefs, their values, who they see themselves as.
Deeply. Because when your content, your messaging, aligns with and confirms what they already believe or want to believe about themselves.
You become more relatable, more trustworthy.
Exactly. More authentic, more likable. It feels like you get them. And that makes them much more likely to buy into what you're offering.
Okay, last one. Peltzman effect or zero risk bias. People hate risk.
Intensely. It goes beyond just loss aversion. We actively try to minimize any perceived danger or downside.
So the marketing implication is make your offer feel as safe as possible.
As low risk or even no risk as you can. Strong guarantees like money-back offers are perfect for this.
And if you can't offer a guarantee like that,
then you have to double down on building trust and reducing perceived risk in other ways. That means robust, social proof testimonials, case studies, demonstrating results. And nailing that first impression, leveraging the halo effect, becomes even more critical to build that foundational trust early on. Make them feel secure choosing you.
Makes perfect sense. Reduce the fear factor.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, a lot of these triggers and biases. The really fascinating thing about almost all of them is something called the blind spot bias.
Okay, what's the blind spot bias? Sounds intriguing.
It's the fact that we can recognize these biases in other people, but we tend to think we're immune to them ourselves.
Ah, so even when we know about confirmation bias or anchoring, we still think we're making purely rational decisions.
Largely, yes. Even being aware doesn't fully stop them from influencing us because our brains rely on these shortcuts. They're efficient most of the time.
Wow, that really underlines their power for marketers, doesn't it?
It does. Immense power. But, and this is crucial, it comes with responsibility.
Right.
Using these triggers ethically means building them on a solid foundation of actually solving your client's problems. They should guide people towards a genuinely beneficial solution, aligning with how their minds naturally work, not manipulating them into something they don't need.
That's a really important distinction, using psychology to help, not just to sell. So as everyone listening reflects on this deep dive, maybe consider this. If these shortcuts are so powerful that we act on them even when we know about them, what hidden opportunities are sitting in your marketing right now? How could you better align with these natural tendencies to connect more deeply, more influentially, and guide your audience more effectively?
Think about which triggers you might already be using, maybe without even realizing the psychology behind them.
And which ones could give your lead generation or conversion rates a real ethical boost? What's one small change based on these insights that you could implement this week?
That's a wrap for today's episode of Click to Client, where smart strategies turn clicks into customers. If you're ready to take what you've learned and actually put it into action, come join us inside the Click to Client community. It's where business owners like you get the tools, training, and hands-on help to grow faster, work smarter, and close more deals, all without burning out. You'll find resources, real conversations, and real people who want to see you win. Just head over to mouthpieceinteractive.com and get plugged in. Until next time, keep your funnels flowing, your leads warm, and your growth on autopilot. We'll see you in the community.